Okay, let's get back to this. Left up here. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. By knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. Boris, you're the first one here. Thanks for being early. That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the one she prepared that has all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So thanks. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I say that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awkward knowing it's not nearly as simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. You should take a little more responsibility for her, Boris. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all. But, I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Eh? Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? Am I missing any sound here? It's oddly quiet. They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Is that percent? Get out of my head, 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 get out. Oh, I'm sorry. Get out of my head, 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 get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Ah! What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Boris? What's wrong? Nothing? This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to go get Sayori, so... Ah, well, all right. Try not to take too long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. Goop. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori! Wake up, dummy! There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Whoa! That music threw me for a loop. Oh my goodness. An exception has occurred. Wait. File, game script, chapter 5, rely. See traceback text for details. Jeez, that music got loud. I was so freaked out by the music. Oh my goodness. Woo! Though I did kind of expect to come in and see this. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppress the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession? That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so shellfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of our relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Oh, you want to fucking bet on that? I had only one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. And now, I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. End. What? What the f- What? The what? Okay. Huh. Okay. Well, this got weird. Yeah, this actually really reminds me, like, that first night I played, it's like, I could not go to sleep because I had fucking nightmares of this game. And I was like, nothing like this hadn't even happened yet! It's like I had this bizarro dream where we were stuck in my house, and I was running from room to room, and that fucking incubator from Magical Madoka was like every window I would look in, and I'd just see the silhouette of the incubator, and he's like, "Do you want to play? Do you want to play?" Jeez. And then, like, I woke up and my shutter was like, it just went straight up. It freaked me out. It's not cool. It's not cool. But what does this mean? What? I can't read that. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it's just for kind of works out since you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but started around our school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an idol in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. Okay. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Boris? What?! Monica? Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, right? Ah, yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. Max, is that you? Max, come here. Max, come here. I got some Skittles for ya. Come here, Max. Come here. It's Wildberry. So having her smile at me so genuinely... Max? Oh god. Having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... Are you coming, Max, or are you just gonna keep leaking around the corner? Why did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? About that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing around the budget, about the budget, and publicity, and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. Look! Max, come here. Come here. Come here. Don't do anything else, okay? A literature club. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything. Reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she? Hey, Boris. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, the music go up. Have you been messing with my settings? In that case, let me just turn the sound down. I feel like the music went louder. Is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but... if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please? Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I could check it out. Haha! Awesome! You're really sweet, Boris. You know that? It's nothing, really. Shall we go, then? I'll look for the materials another time. You're more important. I got chills now. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back! And I brought a guest with me. Oh, jeez, don't do that. Don't! Do not! You can do all the visual... but do not make weird noises! A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere! Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, Boris. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Don't you do anything. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. Yuri was not the vice president. I remember these things! You can't lie to me! It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, Did something just move over here? Yeah, it's nice to... I'm not gonna be able to sleep ever again, am I? Yeah, it's nice to meet you both of you. So I ran into Boris in a classroom, and he decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great?
Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you that let me open the flat before you brought anyone new? I was going to... well, you know.
Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Boris? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki?
Well, yes.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be the pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Boris, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid that since the moment I walked in, and it's obvious the way her eyes light up that, she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. I'm still reading a horror book. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality.
Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh, why is that?
Well, I guess.
Natsuki's eyes dart over for me for a split second.
Number one.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud. I give the book.
Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? I got my guard up. I'm waiting for something to happen.
No!
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Ah, not a very confident writer yet.
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing.
Did you just look at me? You! Did you just look at me?
Sharing that level of writing takes more than just a confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe you should share some of your work. You can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Huh?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought that was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monika. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Boris?
Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monika may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All three girls throw back at me with dejected eyes. But...
I'm sorry, I thought...
The girls exchange glances before... Yeah, because they have glasses on. Exchange glances before Monika turns back to me. I guess I need to tell you the truth, Boris. The thing is, we don't have enough members yet to form an official club. We need 4. Aha! You have 3! Just go to Clanad Universe, okay? Go to Clanad Universe. If you have 3 people and an advisor, you win! And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. And if we don't find one more before the festival, I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I swear their eyes are moving. I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And is the music getting louder? You're not messing with my settings, are you? And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls, right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Boris? Yeah. It could be fun, right?
You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if they really left after all this, I would be super pissed.
Boris, I'm so happy. We can become an official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay? Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Boris, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait. With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the three girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll even have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright. I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. We have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Sure. Things I like about Papa. I like when Papa comes home early. I like when Papa cooks me dinner. I like when Papa gives me allowance. I like when Papa spends time with me. I like when Papa asks me about my friends. I like when Papa asks me about anything. I like when Papa gives me lunch money. I like when Papa comes home before sundown. I like when Papa cooks. I like when Papa gives me privacy. I like when Papa doesn't tell me how to dress. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my friends. I like when Papa doesn't comment on my hobbies. I like when Papa comes home without waking me up. I like when Papa keeps food in the house. I like when Papa uses his inside voice. I like when Papa leaves my stuff alone. I like when Papa accidentally drops coins in the couch. I like when Papa is too tired to notice me. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I like when Papa is too tired for anything. I'm gonna save. Wait! Where'd my saves go? I had 6 saves. I had 6 saves. Candy. Marshmallow. I'm just gonna go with food. Happiness. Puppy. Nate, sweet. Smile. Promise. Music. Peaceful. Games. Fluffy. Passion. Play. Forgive. Lollipop. Friends. Giggle. Comfort. Strawberry. Bliss. Hi again, Boris. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. We're not gonna have a glitch, are we? Because I remember Sayori was asking for monies to go get some snacks. I saw that.
Thanks for keeping your promise, Boris. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making your dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
No, I appreciate that you're not making weird noises. I know I said do not make weird noises, but now I'm wishing you made weird noises because that would distract me so much better. But I was kind of prepared for this because I'm like, I remember when Sayori was here. Maybe I need to turn the music up a little more.
Oh, come on. My teeth are already stuck. You've already had the bride in here by Monica. I don't know if you plan to just come in here and brag out or whatever. But if you don't take us seriously, then you both see the end of it.
Whoa. Excuse me. I can't read that, Monica, you're in front. I can't read. I can't read that. Monica, I can't read that. You're in front. Move. What's going on? This is not how things were.
Manga's literature!
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
I'm sorry, Boris. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay?
Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance.
Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read.
Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club room now, so if it only feels right for me to do something, that if you're okay, I'm getting thrown off. This Dutch angle is throwing me off. 1 second, Yuri. I need to drink.
Well, wait. I didn't mean it like that. Ooh. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess.
No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be part of the club. So even if I don't read often, I'd be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to.
Are you sure?
Every single time that guitar just like...
I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read, and we could, you know, discuss it if you wanted.
How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically, I take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Oh, thank goodness. That skewedness just threw me off. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yura's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. Ugh. I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Okay.
Fucking Monica. She never puts my stuff back in the right butt. But the point I can't get my collection organized if somebody else is just gonna mess it up.
Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga?
You read manga, right?
Ah, sometimes. Manga is one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it unless till you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway?
I've heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face.
What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack.
There it is!
Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest.
Ah, much better. Seeing the box right in with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world.
I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's a series I've never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible.
If you're gonna judge, you could go do it through the glass of the door.
She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything.
That was the tone of your voice. But I'll tell you one thing, Boris. Considering this Consider this a lesson right for the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. I thought.
Natsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box.
I'm gonna show you exactly why.
She shoves a book right in my hands. Ah! I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking animated feminine poses. It's exceedingly moe.
Don't just stand there.
Wah! Natsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat.
Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that.
Eh? Why's that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this.
Don't just say that. You'll make me feel weird about it.
Natsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am.
Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning?
Huh? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then?
Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished the series. Hey, are you paying attention?
I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I kind of grew out of these, since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. Are you sure this isn't boring for you?
It's not!
Even though you're just watching me read?
Well, I'm fine with that.
If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean?
Pah!
You don't?
That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know.
What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends?
Could you not rub it in? James.
Ah, sorry.
Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga is for kids. I can't even bring it up without them being all like, you think we just been grown up with that yet? Make me want to put them in the face.
Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge, much less friends who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you.
Yeah, it's pretty accurate.
Wait, which part?
I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. My dad would beat the shit out of me if he found this.
Was that poem about Natsuki? Am I making the right choices?
At least it's safe here in the club room. Except Monica's kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I?
Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it.
Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems.
Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right?
So? Jay, that's enough! Are you gonna keep reading or what?
Yeah. I flipped the page. Time passes. Natsuki is strangely quiet now. I glance over at her. It looks like she started to fall asleep. Hey, Natsuki.
Yeah?
Suddenly, Natsuki collapses straight into me. Hey! Max! Max! What are you saying? She won't even tell me what she's saying! Oh, jeez. Natsuki, are you okay? Here. Monica reaches into her bag and pulls out some kind of protein bar. She throws it in Natsuki's direction. Natsuki's eyes suddenly light up again. She snatches the bar from the floor and immediately tears off the wrapper.
I told you not to give it.
She doesn't even finish her sentence before stuffing it into her mouth. Don't worry, Boris. She's fine. It just happens every now and then. That's why I always keep a snack in my bag for her. Anyway, why don't we all share poems now? Natsuki first? I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. It's probably only fair I share mine with her first. Eh?
Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all,
Yes? Natsuki rereads my poem.
Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
Eh? Then what's the point in sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours.